Hello and good morning, everybody. On this Monday, it is July 24th. I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and what they call it? X? It what? Really? X? Okay. It was Twitter. Now I think it's X. I don't know. It was Facebook. Now it's Meta. It was Twitter. Now it's X. Who the heck knows anymore? Anyway, it's all I do know this. It's all brought to you by Ace Hardware Marketplace. That hasn't changed. All right. The weather has been delightful. We've had a couple of good days here of sunny weather and temperatures not too warm. Even though the sun's a bit warm, it's tolerable. The dew points have been uh, lower lately, and that has helped us be able to get outside and enjoy the day. But now I do think the temperatures are going to go up, and so are the dew points. Let's take a look at radar this morning. Oh, I see some shower and thunderstorm activity going on, especially up there in southern Illinois. These are just little complexes that have been ramped up by instability. Even during the nighttime, there's one severe thunderstorm warning going on there outside of, looks like Marion, Illinois, just east of Carbondale. Now, I know this looks like it wants to come our direction, but this is already starting to take more of a southward drive. And so I think that one will miss us unless it picks up on maybe a little boundary here or there that is in the path. Then it might hold together a little bit further east. But the models are not doing a very good job picking up on this morning. And then you've got one here that's off to the north, but it's going more due east. So that one's up there near Jasper, Indiana, and Paoli, where you can go skiing, but not this time of the year. So yeah, and then you got this one back here in Missouri. So there's little impulses out there. And remember, I said in my previous podcasts, is what I'm trying to say, that this week there could be those little renegade little complexes that hold together and come through the flow and maybe do something here. It's just the models are not handling this very clearly or very correctly. And so it's anything goes at this point. I've put in a small chance that somebody, especially west of Bowling Green, could get some shower activity a little bit later on as those little systems decay. The air mass over our area is not that unstable, so it's very questionable. I'm not very confident that those are going to hold together. I think they will be steered a little bit further away from us, but you know, we've had surprises before. Let's just see what happens with that during the day. Temperatures starting out mainly in the very comfortable low to mid 60s. It's only more uncomfortable back in the western part of the state where temperatures are already in the 70s. But that's the direction that one complex rolling out of Illinois may come through, and it's going to pick up on that little bit warmer, a little bit more unstable air mass that's back to the west. And so, we could see something pop back that direction just based on the current conditions in that part of Kentucky. All right, let's take a look at the 10-day blender. And as I've mentioned before, once you see the numbers here, you may look at that and go, wow, it's really going to get hot. It is going to get very warm. And in some aspects, maybe even what we would classify as hot. But again, the models are having a hard time not only with discerning where these little complexes are going to set up with rain, but also how warm the temperatures are going to be. So I think what you see there is biased with just taking in heat and humidity and not taking in the consideration there could be some passing storms and all the lush greenery and the trees and everything from all the rains lately. And the ground is very wet as well. I mean, depth moisture is there. So that takes off a few degrees from what you see posted there. So even when we're looking at 95 on Friday, it may be closer to 92, 93. You could shave off 2 or 3 degrees off of all of those temperatures that you see there over the coming days, and even the last three on that graph, which is the first 3 days of August. August, here we come, whether you like it or not. Or is it the other way around? August, here it comes. Yes, we can't do anything about it. It's almost here. Okay, a look at the model map here, and I'm telling you, the models are not doing the short-term models are not doing a very good job picking up on those complexes this morning. So this is the current time, and as you know, let me get my drawing thingy out here. I call it a drawing thingy. Telestrator. Yeah, that's the right word for it. It is picking up on this one to the north of us that you saw in Indiana, but it's not picking up on this one in Illinois. And here's the one in Missouri. So you see what I'm talking about here. The models got 2 out of 3 correct in forecasting what was going to happen at this hour. So sometimes that's when you look at the models and you're like, yeah, it's not what we call initiating as well as it should. So it's not picking up this one altogether, and this one is going to have an effect, I think, on the western part of Kentucky this morning. So I think some of our western counties may see some of that activity. There goes the one to the north, and the one that was out west just kind of dissipates, but new ones form where old boundaries have been, and that's why that's happening there. So the models just don't do a good job at some of this stuff picking up on the activity, but you see this afternoon, this is daytime heating taking place right here. So along the Ohio River, parts of western Kentucky over to the land between the lakes, maybe some of even our western counties, out toward, Todd County, maybe Logan County, maybe off to the north, Ohio County. You may see a pop up shower or thunderstorm come up this afternoon. So I'm going to leave that chance in there. Some of those will try to make a run at Bowling Green, but by that time we'll lose daytime heating. The sun will go down and everything fades away. And then here comes this is showing more complexes trying to get going tomorrow morning and during the overnight hours. Those go into Missouri, but look, they've got 1 or 2 trying to make a run at us again in western Kentucky, but it may come here. See, that's the thing. These things are going to keep rolling. You see another one coming out of the north central plains right there. These things just keep rolling by, and any place, any time, you see there, they could produce more rainy weather or stormy weather. These are mostly wind-driven storms, and that's the problem, is that they can blow up over any location and produce wind, potentially damaging wind, very heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and then they're gone. So I'm going to put that little caveat in the forecast for the next several days, even though the majority of us is not going to get anything as far as rain is concerned. There is always that possibility with this kind of setup. Here's a look at the surface map. You can see that little elongated low pressure system stretched like a rubber band, close enough to guide some of these storms into western Kentucky, especially, and along the Ohio River as we go through the day. There you see it. A little boundary to the north that is stalled out. Also, a good kind of feeding ground for more of those storms to roll in here, like tomorrow morning, as I showed you. And placement, again, is questionable. So here we go. We go into Tuesday and then into Wednesday. We could have another one of those systems come by. And one of those, I think, could make a direct hit. It just, you can't look at this map and go, okay, that's where it's going to rain. Not exactly. Okay. So we go into Thursday and into Friday, pretty quiet weekend, and it's going to warm up. I do think we're going to get into the 90s, especially as we get on into the weekend. Here's Saturday, maybe some scattered showers and storms as another impulse tries to work in here, and a cold front to the north, which starts to dive down south. And I think that will help touch off more shower and thunderstorm activity. Yesterday's high, 87, and the average 90. So we were just 3 degrees shy of average yesterday. Today, going to go again mid to upper 80s, a little more humidity, and that possibility somebody's going to get a shower later today. But I think it's especially going to be true back west of Interstate 65 and west of Bowling Green. All right, headed into the radio station, Sam 100.7, to do the morning show. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.